Hi guys. Okay, this is going to be take two of my previous video, I suppose. Essentially, my last video, I messed up somehow, and the sound wasn't working, or my mic wasn't working, or so it seems. I guess I pressed the mute button without realizing it, or some stupid reason like that. So I did a few sound tests, and now it should work properly. I guess we'll see. So let us get started with respecing our character. So I will essentially reset all my powers and skills. So essentially I want to have 17 skill points to have the amount that the person I'm trying to help has. So let's go with our skills. Well, let's go with the skimming first. So I'll take this one, I'll take this one, I'll take this one, and the typhoon. Essentially, what I want is the typhoon so that I can have something to break out. Essentially, so that I don't end up using wasting power to break out if I need to. But last time I didn't really use it, so but I'll still take it just in case. And for the powers, essentially I'll go with I'll take convalescence for the supercharge. Essentially, it's going to be my healing power. Even though I'm going to be able to heal with psychic resonance also. So let's take this here, and I still have one more I could take. Let's go with I probably should have taken telekinetic shield, but let's respec again. We're right there anyway. So take two. So illusion, I'll do the same thing. Telekinesis. Yeah, let's go with telekinetic shield, mass levitation, and psychic resonance. That should do the trick. Probably could have used the cryokinesis for the essentially the oh no, it just dazes the enemies. I thought it would work with the advanced mechanic. Since it doesn't, no big deal then. So and essentially what I wanted was to have 11 powers. That's pretty much what you should have at level 22 if I'm not mistaken. So I left there's four powers I didn't use, and for the skill points again I used oh yeah, I didn't use my 17 skill points yet. So for skimming I used four. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I thought I could have one more. Well, no, that's be good enough. So essentially, I have my 17 skill points. So I used all the attacks in the middle tree. But what I really want was the pulse beam, and I got those two also. But I'll probably mostly use the pulse beam. Although the was it the uppercut? Well, the fist slam and the uppercut are pretty good attacks. So essentially, I took all 3 points in critical attack chances and 3 points in health. This should help a bit. Next, I would have added points in precision, but we'll stick with 17 skill points just to be sure that we match with our friend. So the skills are spent, the powers are spent. So let's adjust our loadout now. So essentially for the loadout, I will start with Psychic Resonance. That's going to start my
Hi.
hi there. That's going to start my Advanced Mechanics. I knew I would say it at some point. I'm going to put my Convalescence here. That's essentially there's no reason for that. It's where I usually put my it's where I usually put my Supercharge. So and I will put Mass Levitate at the end. And essentially what I want is that I want powers that works with the resonance of psychic resonance. So let's see. So for this one, I will go with, let's say, psychic shock. The reason I want to go with psychic shock, if you go down and look at the damage roll, it says resonance is amplified and restores power. So that's essentially that's why I want this. So let's see, what else can we take? Telekinetic push. Again, if you go down to damage roll, resonance is amplified and restores power. So that's why I'm going for this one. And the other one will be probably, do I go for the bolt? Just checking if I have other options. It's probably going to be telekinetic bolt. Telekinesis. Yeah, I remember. Some other time. So essentially, and I'll end with the telekinetic bolt. So let's do a quick test. So you start with psychic resonance, then you cycle through your power until you get to mass levitation. It's pretty much that simple. So that was it for the powers and the skills. So now let's go and adjust our equipment so that we can be combat rating 19. And let's go to the Diamond District police station. So ideally, you try to buy the best gear you can. Sadly, early on you're limited by your level. There's nothing I can do to lower my character below level 30. But what I can do is I can just get rid of all his gear. And replace it with lower level gear, and even the potions, or the colas, I should say. So there we go. So all the gear is gone. So let's try and get us to combat rating 19. So let's see what this little fella is selling. Oh, wrong place. So let's start with some level 17 gear. So let's start with the hand blasters. And anything else we can get. The boots, the belt, the gloves. Oh, no more room. So the blaster, the boots, the belt. So we're up to combat rating 3. So we got the belt. So let's go for the gloves, the head, the pants. What else? We're still missing quite a lot.
Anything I can help you with?
So we got up to the pants. So let's see. The chest, the boots, belt. We already have some gloves. So let's see. The chest, the boots. I already had some boots. The same with the gloves. So we need some back piece and some shoulders. And we're up to combat rating 10. So let's see. Yeah, I could probably just destroy the extra gear, but a dollar is a dollar. What can you say? So let's see. So we need some shoulders. So let's see our other vendor here. Oh, let's see this little fella here. Yeah, it's pretty. We could buy the boots, but let's see what she sells first. Essentially, our friend is combat rating is level 22, so she wouldn't be able to buy those boots. But essentially, I'm trying to get the combat rating up to 19. So let's see what I can get. Let's take some 22. It's required 24, but I'm gonna have to cheat a bit to get up to 19. So let's see what we can do. We're up to 12.
I've secured a shipment of the best equipment for all our security needs.
Oh, yeah, we're going to need some colas too. So what else can we get? Could get some better gloves, better belt, better boots. Oh, not yet. So let's equip the cola, the gloves, the belt. And what's our combat rating? 13. So let's keep going.
Of the best equipment for all our security needs.
Again, we could upgrade the boots, the chest, the pants, some more. So is that enough? Not yet. Let's keep going.
For all our security needs.
So let's sell the junk we have. I think there's a blaster I could sell. Or is that the blaster I'm using? I guess I could use this blaster. Let's see if it raises me to 19. Not yet. It's still only 15.
The best equipment for all our security needs.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So we should have an extra blaster to sell. Now let's keep going. Oh, the shoulders are a big improvement. Oh yeah, I didn't have shoulders. Okay, so let us see. So let's equip our shoulders, our new gloves. Yeah, I should have said yes. Next time.
I've secured a shipment of the best equipment for all our security needs.
I don't have a mask, I think, so let's go with the mask, the back. So let us see, will that be enough? Oh, a level 22, so we have a little too much. So maybe I could switch the gloves. 21. Oh, let's take out, let's say the belt. 20, almost. So let's take out, what else can we take out? Oh, maybe I could just take out the boots. Nope. Nope. Oh, there we are.
I've secured a shipment of the best equipment for all
so let us sell our junk to our little friend here. And there we go. So we're combat rating 19. Oh, I'm in a group. Oh, let's duel our friend here, just for fun. He declined. So let's leave before someone invites us to a duel or in a group again. And let us go fight the evil DeathStroke. I could have sworn I had more colas than that. Oh, wrong cola. Oh, there they are. Nope. Oh, let's remove them. There, no cola. We'll do it with no cola, it's no big deal. Just gonna be a bit more difficult than it should. So the Deathstroke mission should be over here. I'm not sure if it's gonna have resetted. I assume it does. It's not like it doesn't reset only once a day, but you never know. So let's get started. Oh yeah, there's plenty of clowns, so it did reset.
Hello, Batman.
So I have no colas, so if I get defeated, I apologize. So let's go Psychic Resonance, then you use your power and sequence. And you end with mass levitation. So it's pretty much as simple as going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I went 4. Yeah, I skipped 1. It happens.
Who is this? You're not Batman. You're clearly working with Batman, or you never would have found me. Very well. Solve my riddles and you will find me and my message for the Dark Knight.
I should have listened to the first riddle. So either I go with the advanced mechanics, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which usually does the trick. Like against a big group, it's probably the best option. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you go with Pulse Beam, which is one of the awesome abilities of the Hand Blasters. Before Weapon Mastery was added to the game, this is what I was using a lot. Because it did two things. It does a good chunk of damage. Sometimes also it kind of stuns your opponents. But more importantly, it was a block breaker. And eons ago, it would block, as long as you would use it, you would be block breaking. Like the whole time I would be doing this would block break. But at some point they changed it so that essentially you block break just as you use it, and then through the whole thing, you no longer block break. And the reason why I pretty much stopped using it for a long time is that you're vulnerable to being interrupted. And I spammed too much power. So essentially, as you can see, there's a little symbol above your head that says that you can be interrupted all the while you're doing this. And sadly, you no longer block break all the while you're doing this. You just block break there, and then it no longer block breaks, which kind of stinks. But lately, they kind of increased the damage that you do when you use a pulse beam. So that's back to being a viable option, or a not as bad option. So let's take our second clue. And usually when I get here, I go straight for the little clown right over here. Essentially what I'm trying to do is to stop him from raising the android over here. That's what he does. The little guy goes to the android and raises the android from his sleep or whatever he's doing. So if you run out of power, you go with Pulse Beam. You can't really go wrong with that. So let's go get our second clue. And you want to stay away from those mines. Essentially, what happens is that if you get too close to the mines, I'll show you. They explode in your face, and it summons a bunch of clowns. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you see, if you don't mess up your combo, you'll do fine. You'll get power back. Essentially, I probably was I don't know, doing something wrong when I wasn't getting power back. And while you wait, no reason not to use our friend the barrel, and you will be waiting. Essentially, you're waiting for the Riddler to go through his freaking riddle. So while you wait, the barrel recharges your supercharge, which you can use against DeathStroke. So as you can see, I can use my supercharge already. Right now, I probably can use it twice. If I fill it all the way, I'll almost be able to use it 3 times. And again, as you heard, the Riddler is still going and going and going. So let's. Sometimes the barrel has time to respawn here. I guess not. So essentially, I would have broken the other barrel while waiting for the riddle. Better luck next time, I suppose. So now's a good time to take a drink or something. The riddle is always the same, so after a few hundred times, you don't even listen to it anymore. You just know which console to click on. Which is a sad thing in itself, I suppose. And so, there it is. That alone makes it all worth it. But then my inventory is full, I suppose. That's okay, it's no big deal. So let's talk to our friend, the Riddler.
Apologies for my overly protective bodyguards. I had, of course, already determined that you aren't Joker's assassin.
Your time's up, Enigma. I never fail a contract.
It's DeathStroke! You have to protect me from him!
So again, using our L1, you lock on your target, and then you go through your rotation. I could have block broken him with mass levitation, but I didn't want to interrupt my my sequence. So let's go use our super uber attack, that is Pulse Beam, while our power comes back a bit. I'm not sure why it doesn't regenerate as well sometimes. Probably because he interrupted me. That's either that or I messed up somehow. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So let's wait. So now it's going to be the grenades. I've seen a lot of theory about how to handle that. Okay, why can't I? Usually it can be a good time to use your supercharge while he does that. And your pulse beam. Now let's go. So as you see, I wasn't able to use my advanced mechanic as much as I hoped. But I can use the pulse beam fairly well. Ah, come on. Technically, I assume he's going to use the flamethrower now. So when you use the flamethrower, what you can try and do is to try and interrupt him, which means holding the square button. Doesn't seem to want to work. Oh, there we go. Let's use our friend's the supercharge to gain a bit of health. And let's try and interrupt our friend DeathStroke. So if you jump him while he's using the flamethrower, essentially you're going to interrupt him. Let's try and use the advanced mechanic if we can. No, we can't. As you saw, I didn't have enough power to use mass levitation at the end. Doesn't really matter.
I'd have thought the man.
So this early on, it's probably a bit too soon to try and use the advanced mechanic properly. It doesn't regenerate enough power, it seems.
I see. The Joker's transfer was denied for insufficient funds. Well, there you are. No money, no contract, no funeral for you, Riddler.
After that, maybe I don't mind Batman not showing after all. Tell Batman, T.O. Morrow was working with the Joker, but he's gone rogue. That toxin is far more dangerous than anything the Joker's used before. And T.O. Morrow has the real formula. Now, I'm going to go hide somewhere where the Joker will never find me. Come on, girls.
So this early on, using the advanced mechanic, maybe not the best option. So using the pulse beam, much better option. So ideally, you use one of your powers to give your buff. Like you can see that little green star burst underneath my name to the top left corner. Essentially, when the little starburst is there, I do extra damage. So you cast one power to get the starburst, then you use your pulse beam, pulse beam, pulse beam, and then once the pulse beam is done, you use a power, then you pulse beam. So using the power brought the little starburst back. But if I switch to my, let's switch back. I didn't realize I had that much crap. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't have this plan. I guess I should do this mission more often. So normally with the advanced mechanic, you should be able to cast as much as you want, and even not only get power back, but regenerate more power than you actually use, so that you refill your blue bar, as you saw. So even if I empty it somehow, okay, I'm gonna wait for the advanced mechanic to end. Like that energy thingy means that the resonance would kept on going. So let's burn a bit of power. Okay, so let's try the advanced mechanic, and then as you see, not only do I gain power back from using the powers, I even regenerate my blue bar in order to make it full again. But I guess when you're combat rating 19, your gear doesn't have enough vitalization or something like that, so doesn't seem to work quite as well. And also, when I was getting interrupted, essentially it did seem to mess up my advanced mechanic. So early on, you can try it and use the advanced mechanic if you want, but your best bet is probably the pulse beam. The pulse beam is probably your most powerful asset. And that is pretty much it, I guess. So hopefully this will help a bit. If not, I can do more videos. It's not a problem. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.